In order to use random numbers, I first of all need to look at the random number function. There is actually more than one, but the one that we're going to be looking at is randint. So you put the function name randint, I put a bracket in, and then I've got to say a start number. I'm going to have 1 for now, and an end number, which is 6. Now this start and end number basically says this is the lowest number I want to roll and the highest number I want to roll. Now a random number on its own is not particularly very useful. I probably want to print that out, so I put the word print in front of it. Now this isn't actually going to do anything. If I execute it, it tells me randint is not defined. That's because it doesn't know about randint. The reason why it doesn't know about it is because random numbers are actually stored in a module. And in order to use random numbers, I need to import that module. Python is a very powerful language, and most of the extra features or the power of Python is held in all these different modules. So to use a module, I need to first import it in. So you use the word import and then random. Okay, the module name is random, and you can then obviously just import it in. Now, when you do import random, you should always put your imports at the top of your page, and you only need to do it once. So if I want to use random numbers, maybe roll 2 or 3 random numbers like this, I only need to import random once. Okay, you only have to do it once. Now, again, this isn't going to work because there's one last thing I need to do, is it still doesn't know about randint, and that's because I need to essentially tell it which module randint is held in. So actually the full code becomes random.randint 1,6. So if I execute that code now, you can see I now get 3 random numbers. So to use random numbers, you first of all need to import the random module. You then need to put the module name random with a full stop afterwards, and then put the randint function with the start value, the lowest value you want to roll, the highest value you want to roll, all surrounded in a bracket sandwich. Now if I wanted to change the values here, I can. So I can make a bigger number like this. So this is going to roll a random number between 4 and 19. So if I execute that, as you can see, it gives me the value of 12. If I run it again, you can see it gives me a different value. So that's going to choose random numbers between 4 and 19. So very easy to use random is, and obviously I can use it to do something a bit more adventurous. For example, I might want to write a simple game which allows you to roll a dice, and if the dice roll is 1, you win, otherwise you lose. So I can store the random number into a variable like this. I can then make a decision on it using an if statement. So if dice equals 1, print you win, else print you lost with the roll of dice. Very, very simple program. If I execute it, you see you lost with the roll of 2, execute, you lost with the roll of 2 again, roll of 3. Let's just see if it gets wins. There you go, I rolled a 1 there. So there you go, that's using random numbers. Later on we'll look into more detail on the input random, because I'm sure there's going to be a few viewers in the wide world who's going to say, well, why couldn't I just use from? We'll talk about from and all the different stuff when we look at the import statement in more detail in a later tutorial. Just to finish this this tutorial off, I've just opened up the Python docs and opened up the random page. Okay, not a random page, the random page. This is not particularly very user friendly. I've shown these pages to students in the past, and they've taken one look at it and went, what the hell is this? I can understand why you're saying that, because it's not designed for the beginner programmer. But I'm just going to get you used to it, because actually there's a lot of really useful information on the docs, and as you get better as a programmer, you'll be using it more and more and more. Certainly I will have these pages open on a very regular basis when I'm doing some proper coding. So if you scroll down, you can see there are lots of different functions here. So .c, .getState, lots of different ones. And if we scroll down, eventually we'll see the randint, and that's the one we've used. So you can see it's actually telling you exactly how to use it. You just have to do a bit of digging for it. So you've got the module name there, the name of the function, and it tells you what A and B mean. It's very brief, it doesn't go into much detail, but it does give you a hint. So once you get more confident with programming, you should be able to use them. So if you want to do anything more exciting with random numbers, you may wish to look through these functions to see if there's anything in here that you want to do.